Yeah, I'm in there with you.
And that's being kind and compassionate to myself, to others.
He wobbles.
My wobbles yesterday when I had this thought of living my life to the fullest, but I was just feeling so sorry for myself
Mm.
that it's like I wanted to be grumpy. But the thought did come, live life to the fullest, but it kind of got drowned. But today, fresh start, feeling good.
When you, like, as you sit in that choice, what's your practice?
Making this choice when I'm in my victim and holding to it. But
Do
just
you
giving
ever put,
compassion to resistance. Come on, sorry, brother.
I was just saying, do you ever jump forward and look at it from there?
Yeah, that's when I start to laugh.
Good.
Mm.
That's when I realise I'm taking things too seriously.
Good. And then just look back at the moment and be like, oh, what's the obvious action in that? It's the obvious action from right now.
It's like that grumpiness is like such a strong held vibration, and it's like what come to me then is just like reset. Like when I'm feeling like that, just go jump in a cold shower or just go outside. I just move.
Yeah.
Mm.
The pull I'm getting is something for you, like to take care of you.
Mm. Yeah, that's massive. Because it does feel like I can get disconnected from my own heart when I'm not in my own space and when I'm not giving my time for myself. And that space.
I'm just hearing a really simple action like refocus.
Sometimes like the resistance is just so strong, or it's like I've just chosen to be in a boo.
Mhm. Me too, man. Me too.
And then I get stubborn.
Yep.
Mm.
It's like between me and my girlfriend, we can just, the energy gets passed between us. Like I'll be feeling good, then she'll be feeling bad, then I'll be feeling bad. But I don't want to keep on. If you imagine, like, if someone's got a knife and they stab someone, then someone stabs someone, it's like I want to take the knife. I don't want to keep stabbing. I want to. But it's like really strong, stagnant, sticky energy.
Mhm.
But I'm working through it. I'm letting it go. And I'm aware of when I'm judging, and I'm changing the judgments to curiosity and to love and compassion. Just slowly chipping away at that stubborn resistance that may get triggered from certain situations, but I just know it's old, stagnant energy in myself. So in hindsight or in the future, I look back and I'm grateful because I know that this is like training. And it's just learning to consistently turn the other cheek, feel like I'm being pushed and tested. But I know it's all for a reason. And also it's an opportunity to, when these emotions come up, I can let them stir or I can let them go with love. So
Yep. It's a rise above, rinse and repeat. Rise above, rinse and repeat. Rise above,
Mm.
rinse and repeat. Rise above, rinse and repeat. It's life.
yeah,
Rise above the victim. Rise above the victim.
it's like I'll
Into your
do that.
power.
It's like I do that a certain amount of times, and then it's like that energy store runs out and it starts to wither. So it's maintaining that.
Choice. There you go. It's the choice. The choice is where the energies are.
Yeah.
So especially in the relationship, remove the practice can be to fall back to the choice of the relationship.
Mm.
You should never have to turn your cheek in a relationship.
But rather than retaliate, that's what I mean by instead of retaliating, I'm turning the other cheek.
Mhm. Either one, both are a victim.
So not retaliating, and you think not retaliating is being a victim?
No, turning the other cheek is a victim.
I'd say that was being the bigger person and not carrying it on.
Perfect. If it works for you, that's great.
Of course. But I'm happy to be pointed out if you can see anything where I'm being a victim. Do you know? I'm happy to be bringing that to the consciousness.
The choice of it is the future pacing rather than, oh, I took that, so then I'm going to turn my other cheek, so I take the other one. Oh, let me turn the cheek and take the other one. And you're being pushed, they're pushed. So both of those are from a victim's perspective, yes.
Mm.
rise above it into the choice of, oh, this is what I choose for the relationship. And then phew, that's the energy.
And yeah, that's it. It's spiritual growth on steroids in a relationship, man. Like,
and they're the toughest. Those are the toughest ones.
yeah.
The ones closest to us are the toughest. But it's practice.
Mm.
So there might be some fun in finding the true choice of the relationship, some trigger words, some anchor for both of you that when you notice it, you guys can fall into the flowing energy of why you're together.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So what I get for images is, say that you, Joe, and your wife or girlfriend, not 100% sure, kind of standing in front of each other, and imagine a ball of fire. And then you're like, oh, it's too hot. So you're just like throwing at her. And then like, she's like, oh, it's too hot, and throwing at you. And then like back and forth.
Mm.
But none of you are looking where that ball of fire is coming from.
I think the easy thing to say is like, oh yeah, it's coming from her, and for her to say it's coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then when I do the overlook, there is no her and me, it's all me. And I do.
Because my pattern before, it was like, I didn't want to feel the feeling. Like you were talking about grumpiness, and I didn't want to be grumpy. I didn't want to be unhappy. I didn't, so I had this huge toolbox of that I was able to brush away those feelings. So I go in the cold shower, like you said, or, I go for a walk or anything like that. But then these feeling comes back because I didn't deal with them.
Yeah. Or we covered it up with a cold shower. Because that's it. That's another thing. Like, I don't want to be working on my old identity and putting plasters on that. I want to be letting go of that. So that's something that's in my mind. If I'm feeling shit and then I start like meditating or doing something, am I just putting plasters on the old framework? Like, I want to let go of that framework and be focusing on the new identity.
Mm.
If I'm feeling shit and then I start meditating and do a cold shower, am I just working on that old rusty frame and just making that like go a little bit longer? And then, like you said, it comes back a week or so later because it's not being truly dealt with.
Right. Yeah, just because like for me, like I actually enjoy being angry. I enjoy being grumpy now because like I'm like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to learn something and really look deeper where it's coming from, and then like usually it's really silly thing. And when you would say I learned a lesson, then it doesn't come back. But when I was like going in the shower, that cold shower, and then come back and then, oh, it's gone. Right. But then like after that, like, it's just like, it comes back and it's the same thing. Right. And it brings me down. So yeah, like for me, that works. Like it's, it's not for everyone, maybe. I like being grumpy. I like to be angry, but I don't like to be stuck in those emotions. right? So
Yeah.
I want the energy flowing.
Mm.
So it's
And
okay
that
to slow down and be like, okay, oh, where that angriness and like grumpiness comes from, but then after that, like you get back up and then like you keep moving again, right? So
yeah. And that's it. The anger it can be used as a great tool. I used to think anger was devastating to like manifestation and stuff, but it's when we keep focusing on what we don't want. If we can take that anger and see it as a laser beam of focus, and then take that to something that we want and something that we believe in. Because I think that's it. Sadly, sometimes like when I think about my relationship, like it's kind of like I've kind of lost a bit of belief, and that belief's critical, you know, because you want to think about what you want, but then you've got to believe you can have it, and you want to feel good when you're thinking about it. Otherwise, it's out of our range,
Mm-hmm.
and through things happening, the belief has been broken along the way, and that's sad. So it's like I notice when I'm thinking about it or just whatever the relationship situation, it's just making me more and more wound up. And then yesterday, I did rechange my focus and I just started thinking about my kids, man, you know, and the big fat smiles, happy times, and it just straight away, I believe in that, you know, I believe in that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like throughout the year or two that I've been with her, the belief's kind of been broken, which so then when I do think about us, I don't necessarily get a good feeling.
That
For
broken
me-
belief is a new pattern you created
Oof.
that's coming up. Yeah, it's coming up in the front windshield right now.
Yeah.
Through the rear view mirror.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
It's no wonder what you'll always continue to see.
Mm. So that's it. But I'm putting my attention on what I don't want, you know. And this is why I love this relationship, because it just brings it all to the forefront, and it's such an amazing school to learn and to apply these learnings. Because it's one thing reading it, then it's applying it, and
Yep. The princess and the pea. You can feel it underneath 10 mattresses.
Hmm.
A great analogy. What's the P?
No, it's something that irritates you. It's something that just
Well, it's a
gets
question,
you.
right? It's and yeah, it's to ask that question that peels all the way back.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks for your choice, Joe. Are any more that you'd like to work with?
Um.
How about this? How about one word that when you notice it, like if there's friction between the two of you, what one word would you put in between it so that it's slippery, it slides, it moves, it deflects, it like it just bounces off, and it's like a one word that has you spin out of it and dance together to a new future.
I think Breathe. Slowly and calmly. Smile. And laugh. Breathe, smile, and laugh. Yeah. It's really weird though, because like sometimes she's being stubborn, but then I get that energy. And it's like when she's being stubborn, I'm like, why are you being stubborn? And but then I get it, and then I can relate to exactly why she's being stubborn, because it's like I feel it too.
Breathe,
Does it-
smile, laugh.
Mm,
BSL, BSL, BSL. Breathe, smile, laugh. BSL, BSL.
thank you, thank you.
Does it help when you label it? You say, "Oh, you're so stubborn."
No, because then I'm just focusing on just creating more stubbornness. I need to be focusing on what I want. So easy going, you're so relaxed, or you're so calm, you're so kind. But it's like you're so annoying. Why do you get to be like that? Why are you always on your phone? And it's like I'm just feeding that. She's on the phone more, you know, like. But that's
Well,
it. Laugh.
we can look at it like, oh, like what's the pattern of stubborn? Anger is not being heard. Stubborn, it's like, oh, just, wondering. And everyone has different patterns. But there's something that we want when the other person is coming at us. There's something they need too.
That's it. We all just want love, man.
Right.
But it's like when I'm feeling like that, it's like I've got like a little sack of potatoes in my stomach that I can really feel.
Heavy then? Is it like sack potatoes are heavy?
Yeah, it's like heavy, and it's like it's sucking my energy. And it's like I've just got enough energy to just get by. But I'd love to be able to be in that stubborn state and just let it go by myself. Because I feel like when I do let it go, all I've actually done is just pass it on to her.
Yeah, you gotta peel back to the P. Ride that emotion back. There it is. It's a block of love.
Mm. Mm.
We all have it. And I tell it to you too. Mona's timeline of love. Mona and Annette. Tell you that too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for talking to me, guys, about it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for bringing it in.
Appreciate it.
It's a
Yeah,
good reflection.
Yeah, I'm not
lot,
to point and blame. You know, I want to take responsibility. I don't want to just like. I know it's my own doing too. So, But yeah, it's so good to be able to bounce ideas with you guys and to talk and reflect. So thank you. It means a lot.
Joe.
Priceless.
I'll go next with my word of the day because I'm gonna have to get going, and then you guys know my routine. So my word for today is responsibility, and it came from last night. My wife woke me up, and the baby, and she's like, the breast pump is not working. And then I'm like, okay, well, take care of the baby, and I'll go check that, right? She was like, oh, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Well, obviously, if you talked about it, then you want it fixed, right? So anyway, it's like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. So I go down there, and then like I'm looking at videos and stuff, and I'm spending probably like 10-15 minutes, and I can't really figure it out. A little disappointed, but I was like, you know what? I'll try again in the morning when I wake up. So go back to bed. But I felt it was my responsibility because it's the milk is really important for me right now, but not for me, but for the baby. So in the morning, it's like I went back to bed and I was thinking about this, but then I fell asleep, and then in the morning, like, type again, on Google, but something else came up that didn't show up before, and it was super simple. It's like basically the pump is like, it's not going up and down, so you kind of like reset it, just like push it down a little bit. So I turn it back on and it's working, and I'm like, perfect. And then I'm like, I see like a pile of dishes, and I know she's really tired, so I'm like, all right, let's do dishes now, and then I come back up and like say, have a good day, I love you, and then kiss both, and she's like, oh, you didn't have to do dishes. No, I know I didn't have to, but I felt it was my responsibility to help you today. So so yeah, like now that I'm at work, I cannot help as much, but when I'm at home, I try to take my responsibility at heart.
You just
Yeah.
melted all the women's hearts.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a good cook too.
Go Pascal. Go Pascal.
No soliciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. Oh, great word. Thank you for the background too. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's so much learning in that, so much growth in it. Wow.
I thank you for listening.
Thanks for sharing, brother.
Thank you for growing.
Mm. Mm.
Thank you.
It's so enriching.
Mm. It's also the little things that you do, it's not the big things, the little things.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Wow, so true. Little things make the big difference.
Mm.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Joe. Hey, morning, guys. Morning.
Morning, Nick.
Morning, Nikki.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
we're doing either what we want, a choice perspective. Joe kicked us off with that one,
Mm-hmm.
or a word for where we're at today.
Mm.
It's like both. It's the structure. So just to acknowledge, what do we want?
Mm.
Where are we at?
Mm.
It's just between the two. That's what we work here.
Beautiful. Well, first, I just wanted to say thank you for yesterday. That was really awesome and really awesome. And yeah, so this morning, you know, I woke up and I just felt like listening, you know, with Joe. It was really nice. It was interesting. It's really lovely, isn't it? Coming to a space. Yeah,
Mm,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful space. You got to honor that space. You know, we've got to honor the space. And I really like, yeah. So as I didn't have my word for the day till I was listening, and I just poured myself a nice coffee, and I sat and listening, and then Pascal, and I go, oh my goodness, what have I got into here? And this is delicious. It's delicious. And then my word came up. My word just came as I sat down, and it just came to me. It's that, you know, it's what I love is my word for the day is new. It's a new day. New day.
yep.
And what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day it is. And it hasn't even started. Well, it has started now, but you know, so this is where I feel, yeah, that's what's in my heart. New day.
It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new
I know,
life.
I love that song. I love this song. You know, I have a cousin in South Africa. He's my soul cousin. I mean, he's just amazing. I love him to bits. And every time we talk, you know, he always sings. He always come up with a song. And then we have this thing in South Africa where we sing in Afrikaans. It's another second language that we use. It's not important, you know, no one really speaks it, but we have so much fun. And then we sing and we really sing like, yeah, it always makes me smile when you do that, Joe. Because it's nice.
Gotta sing,
And
haven't we?
things,
Gotta dance.
yeah, it's a new day, it's a new dawn. I love it. Yeah.
We bless, man.
Yeah, we are very blessed. Yeah.
Breathe, smile, laugh, responsibility, and
Mm.
new day, new dawn, new
Mm.
beginnings,
Mm.
new rising.
Mm. I finally feel that I can, as I sit here, what come up for me is that my insides has matched my outside. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes no sense to me what's happening right now, but that's what's come up for me. Mm.
Thank you, Nikki. That my word that popped in was gathering support.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
Me, it's thank you. I honor you, all of you.
Mm.
as it's just gathering support.
Mm.
Like the paddle made of a boat. Scooping it up. Gathering support in a world that can't hear us yet. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I came into this space with a need for support,
Mm.
but I had no idea what that looked like.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just received it. I just received it. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So we created it together
Mm.
for me,
Mm.
but yeah, I wasn't the only one that needed it. Yeah, exactly. And that's the cool part. I mean, that was just really
Oh my God.
spontaneous and organic right there.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, and that has something to do with my word too. Again, today my word is wide open.
Mm.
Yep. Open to receive.
And open to flow out.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Mm. I just love the fact that we are, in this moment becoming new every moment. New, 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 new. And we don't see it, but we're getting new, 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 new. And that's when you can go into the white space of just being new and just being, just not even needing to know, just being. And so right here, this piece that I have right here sitting here is so like, oh, it's feel it right through my body in such a wonderful space that I can be at peace in the new. It's the most incredible feeling, the most incredible feeling. And I feel everyone's hearts right now. It's so inviting, inspiring, motivating, encouraging, uplifting. It feels like you've got wings. You can just fly. Just fly. feels like home. Unconditional. Just because. Beautiful. You know, when you're serving something or serving someone, if it's your wife or whoever, girlfriend or husband or anybody, serving someone is the act of unconditional love. You cannot be the highest vibration that you can be in is to serve one another in such a way that is love. That is love in action. Not because somebody's telling you to do it or demands it, or because I did something for you, now you must do something for me. No, I just do it because it's service, the act of love. That's love. That is what love is. It's not demanding. It's not controlling. It's an act of service. Serving someone.
Is that the next obvious action?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And
The
I would add,
choice to serve. Yeah, the choice to
Yeah.
serve. Thanks, Pascal.
I would
Mm.
add like service without expectation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But when you look at the emotions that we have, that can become our identity because the emotion is showing us who we are in that time, in that moment. So with you having that love is the highest, you know, because that's what we're all aiming for. We all want to be loved, yeah. This is what we're aiming for. I don't care if you're going for true nature and purpose, you live in the life you love, you know,
Health
predominant
and
in
vitality.
health and fertility. We all just want love. That's what we're seeking. we all, that's what we're seeking, is to be loved. Love to be loved. You can deny it. You can say, "Oh no," but it's the truth. That is what it is. I feel what's coming up for me. That's what it is. So the emotions of having emotions, I also felt, you know, that it's good to have all the emotions of being sad because it's necessary. It's necessary to let it flow, as Jesse said, let it flow. Then have to experience it, but don't get stuck on it. Like Pascal says, let it flow, and then you let it flow. But you don't allow it to deny that feeling because that's suppressing. That is denying you. That's rejecting you. That's abandoning you. And you matter.
Mm.
You matter. You are important. You need to express because that's needing. How does a person know if you don't express yourself? Even a confrontation, you think it's the worst thing that can happen. No, it's actually quite healthy. I'm not talking going to the extreme of getting abusive and angry to such a degree that you hurt someone. I'm talking just expression of, no, you know, nothing wrong to disagree, but it's also a way of how to communicate, yeah, and how to say, listen, this is not what I'm accepting yet right now, and so you gotta figure yourself out, and I'll figure myself out. Big is not going to happen, but it does happen. But then when it does happen, you can look at it and say, okay, what is the meaning behind this here? Because it's either the egoic, we're either in the egoic or we're in the creator. I mean, it's very quick to analyze that. Am I in the egoic because it's low vibration, or am I in the creator? That's a higher vibration. Rise above, and that's it. It's a conditioned mindset that all the time, in all our actions, in all our words, in all our interaction with everyone, we are we. Because you can't be both. Because it's you have to. That's the choice that we choose. That we choose it. Mm. So I'm just choosing. So good.
Yeah, it's nice to know that we have the choice of rising above or staying in it.
Mm.
Just to have the choice,
Mm.
it's amazing.
It is so good. So good. I'm gonna allow everything to happen right now. That what I'm experiencing now is so much releasing. It's so much releasing now that's happening in my body. It's unbelievable. And it's wonderful to be able to share that, because when it does happen, and when it is happening, just like when you get yourself into a fear state or anxiety, you can feel it in your body, right? The same with the anger, you can feel it in your body. And when that feeling comes up, that's when you realize, oh, okay. But when you get to a place like now, the release that's happening, it's like everything feels like, it's like I can see, I can feel, I can hear, I can be, I can know what is my, like, my heart saying. I think that's so important. It's so important. It's so important, and it's so beautiful, because it comes from a place where you can just be. Because you can't deny somebody they're speaking the truth. You can reject it, but you can't reject yourself, because this is what you're feeling. This is what you're experiencing. And that's why the support comes, when you can have somebody that hears you, but also be able to help you through it. And that's so powerful, right? Wow. To bring you back, just to bring you back into your heart. I hear that, but let's go back. And yesterday was so powerful for me, because that metaphor of anchoring, of the sharpness, and then go to the softness of the pillows. I will not forget this. This is going to take me through my life. I'm telling you, this anchor has changed the trajectory of my life. I tell you, it is so incredibly powerful that I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, because now I know, wow. I know that where I am now in the sharpness, that's not where I want to be. That's not how I want to be in the state. I just go to that pillow soft spot. And that soft spot makes me realize, knowing that when I was a little girl, the safest place was in my bed, on my head, on that pillow. Then I knew nobody can hurt me here. Like, this is my soft space. And when I said the pillow, I couldn't like put it together till I'm putting it together now, because now things are just coming up for me. I don't need to think about it. It just comes up, and I go, okay, thank you. Just like I'm coming up now with that, I can stay in my soft space, in the wide open, soft, safe, loved, appreciated, kind, and just know there's nothing here for me to do. Then stay in my heart. This is it. This is it. And it's so inviting. I'm finally inviting myself to myself. It's the weirdest, but I say blessed to the weird, because I feel a bit weird saying this, but it's the blessed to the weird. Then I must be weird, because I'm actually feeling I'm introducing myself to myself. Like, I have to say, who are you? Like, who are you now? I don't know, but I like it. like it. It's changed everything, yeah. The appreciation, this abundance of, and that's what I want to give back. I want to give back the same support, the same. I just want to allow somebody to know they got the love and the support. That's it. Just want to give it back. If I can feel this, knowing the distress, and I was way on the 10 on the mark of 1 to 10 of resistance. I was 11. I was off the chart. I'm serious. And when I came back home, the resistance went to 0, and I felt it. Hey, I felt it right through my body. I took it through the day, and I'm taking it through every day now. Every day, it's an anchor every day. That's the power of this work. That's the power of who we are as we come together and as we get together and we scatter. That's it. That's what I want. That's what I'm choosing. And to think that I can be part of this, I can be part of this revolution, or like, it's just so much gratitude. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful.
Can't hear you, Jessa.
Hmm?
Just I bow to your wisdom, Nikki.
Oh, you
Your
bow to my wisdom.
soft wisdom. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting because it's just lovely to, I think, witness being around masculine. I'm talking masculine now because it is. And to come in and to know that everyone has a heart.
Mm.
Not everyone is there to hurt you. So I thank you. Stand on the shoulders of giants, yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing greater than now.
Nothing. Isn't that just something? Wow.
No, there is. It's now as a creator, searching for love, creating love, being love. And our ego does not allow that.
Mm-mm.
And that is all we're searching for, is that creativity, the creator of love, which we all are through our heart, through the peace, the softness. And that's the support we are for each other. Support through the breakthroughs. And the scatters until we gather again. I'm loving having coffee with you, Nikki.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah, I have this muscle twitch that's going ballistic right now. Very interesting.
Blessed are the weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Mhm. 131 days.
Wow.
Wow, I remember when
Completely
Monica.
changed my life. Completely changed my life.
It's changed my life. Honestly, it's wow, it's like
I remember when you were on day 6 there, and Mona came on, and she was at 100 and something, and you were like, "I'm going there. I'm going there." Wow, that's mad. How many 100 odd days? Wow.
yeah, time doesn't stop here. It keeps going. You've got to go with it. Go with the times. Hmm. So many lessons. Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it's a magic month. The magic
Mhm.
month of March this year.
Mm, 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 mm. Beautiful. Mhm.
So many gifts in it.
We get to experience it together. I think that to me, right now, I think that's very special. So much strength behind it, you know, so much encouragement. Like you can push it. It's so much love that you can go to the edge, right at the edge, and do the impossible.
Mhm.
That's it's mm, push yourself to letting it be. Oh, to let it in also, you know, to let it in, to let it in.
Mm.
Thank you.
You know the biggest compliment that someone can give me?
Yes, what
Not
is it?
not that I'm a great cook or a good kisser,
Hey.
but that I
I love
changed.
it. He's so adorable.
That I
You know?
changed and I'm not the same person.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love that so much. And then like
Ah.
sometimes like, you know, they're like, oh, you changed kind of, you know, you're not the same person and stuff. Well, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being a cook and a good kisser adds on. It just adds on. Don't
Yes.
delete that part.
And the dishes, and the dishes,
And the
And the
dishes.
dishes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Am I
and
a
a
complete
mechanic,
man?
and a
Maybe I'm a
mechanic.
complete man. Yeah.
I mean, the mechanic that fixed the breast pump.
Yeah.
The night comes riding home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's beautiful because this, and they're just knowing she's anticipating you to come home. It's like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, so I want to celebrate like me and my partner, working really good. Not that we weren't, but just another level. And it was at the end of a conversation, and it was like, oh well, um,
Just having my
he
coffee.
said he was working
Gotta
with it
make
and
my
said
fix.
um, many months ago, a while back, basically I was offering, basically it wasn't coaching, but it was offering things, and he's like, no, I don't want any of it. Fine, got it. Step out. Not going to do that. It's just whatever. Uh, but it came all the way around, and I was fuck. So I asked the question. I said, well, what's your structure for creating? Because I haven't coached in that sense, right, or worked with him. And what it was so beautiful because he resisted me so much in the creative structure.
Mm.
And he says, well, I first asked, what do I want? All right, cool. And then he goes, I don't remember what he said next, but he basically was like, well, and then it's like, I look at all what comes up, why I can't have it. What's going on with it? What am I telling myself? What feeling do I have with that? It's like, cool. And then he's like, I get curious and I want to learn and I look for options. And it's like, I do all these other things. And I was like, wonderful, man. Great. I think that works really well for me. So I'm glad that that's working for you. And I just sit with remembering how much he fought me on when I asked him what did he want.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like awesome. I was like, that is to me, that's a powerful structure to be in. And I'm seeing the difference in him. He's seeing the difference in it. And it's his idea.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like when you're able to just help people for them to bring up the words, right? Because if you like give them the words, then it's not as powerful. But if it comes from them,
Yeah.
then it's so much stronger, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
It is the magical being. It is the
Yeah.
key. Yeah.
And it's so hard, right? Like as a coach, it's so hard to just like, oh, I just want to help you. I just want to help you. I just want to, this is obvious. It's right there, right? But then you're like, okay, whenever like he finds out, whatever she finds out, right? So, because when they put awareness on it, then that's when they're like, it will stick, right? But if you just tell them, it's like you're just another person that's telling them, right? They're not aware of it.
Yo, guys, I got to rumble, yeah. It's been a beautiful space. Thank you, man. It's been great catching up with you all. I'd just like to end on one thing. The only time I'm frustrated when someone asks me what I want is when I don't know what I want. Yeah, that's the only time that question is really frustrating. Yeah, but obviously, but in time it comes to us, and then we start, and then like Jesse's partner now he knows what he wants. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, I love you. Yeah, blessings.
Love
I'll
you,
speak to you
Joe.
later, man. Peace.
Yeah, have a
Peace.
good day, Joe, or
Bye, Joe.
evening.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah.
Good
Great
job.
job, Joe. He's so true. It is it. And that's the beauty of that question, because we don't explore it. And it's cool when people do have something there, especially in the middle of shit. Sometimes they can pull it out. And that is so helpful. And I'm taking that gift, Nikki, between rather than using the victim, I'm changing it to ego. That for whatever reason that landed in such a way today that it was like, yes, I see how I can use that different than the victim.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Me too.
Mm.
I'm so grateful for everybody here. Seriously. The gift.
Yeah. It's wonderful having people that you can be love with.
Oh, and in your heart, and just letting, to express, but not only that, just the feeling of feeling that love and knowing that it's organic and it's real. It's real. I mean, there's very few things in life that can be real, hey? So I think we all spoke this into our existence because this is where we are.
Mm.
So I'm not now surprised because I can actually thank myself. I can actually thank myself because it's important to thank yourself. Just like Pascal says, he's a good kisser, good cook, he's a good this, good. It's important to acknowledge these things because you can thank yourself because then you can give again because you're giving to yourself. It's so good. And what a beautiful space it is, right? What a beautiful space.
Mm.
I mean, we got to just honor the space. I mean, just for a few seconds, just honor the space. We get to every morning. Oh my God. I'm preparing food now. I know this is a good sign. It's always a good sign for me. No, honest, I know my pattern. This is a very good sign. When I feel this in this, I always know that it's time to eat. I don't know if it's my anchoring kind of body registering saying, yeah, girl, digest this because you are physically eating now. I'm physically preparing my food and I am going to enjoy.
How are you doing your eggs?
Oh God, you're so good. Oh my God, that's a lovely. I love that question. Oh my God, never expected that. Thank you. Well, I'm doing poached eggs this morning.
Oh, poached eggs. Yes, those are so good.
Isn't it? Oh,
over
so
toast.
good.
I have to have them over toast though. Oh,
I have it over the sourdough bread. I love my sourdough bread and the olive oil. I put a lot of olive oil on. I really pack it like it's soaked, and then I put and then I put avocado.
I was gonna say avocado. It's like
God
I
Almighty!
never would have done that as a kid, but now today I would that would do that.
That's it. And then I put and then I put my eggs and a little pepper, a little salt, not too much, just a little. And then I'm making a little broccoli on the side for some vegetables.
Broccoli for breakfast. Wow.
Yeah, because she's got to get her vegetables in.
Yeah, you do. Healthy you.
Well, that's who I am.
I'm love
not
it.
going to. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing breakfast with us.
Yeah, I love the sharing.
Yeah.
I love the sharing. I love the sharing. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there with you. Like I can
I
smell
know, right?
it, actually.
Oh God, right?
Yeah.
I know. It's so nice,
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, I'm not there at all.
Yeah, yours probably doesn't smell that good, huh? Yours doesn't. That avocado toast with poached egg doesn't look as good coming out the other side, huh?
No, but I made the best omelet though.
Oh, yum. What did you put in your omelet?
Oh, not much. Just salt, pepper, and like fine herbs. But
Oh, yeah.
it's just the way I do it. So
Oh, yum.
you grab 3 eggs, right?
Yes.
And then
Mm.
you mix them with like your herbs, like whatever spice you want to put in. And then you get the pan hot enough. You know, you can put like, I usually put like ghee or grass-fed butter in the bottom of the pan. And then I drop my eggs, but I don't let them cook. I just bring them in the middle. So like I go with like, say a spatula, and I bring enough in the middle. So it makes it more like not so dry, I would say. And then you do it until like it starts to cook everything through except for the middle. And then you fold it over, flip it, and then let it sit in the pan for just a minute or two. And yeah, it's
Oh, it sounds delicious.
it's golden.
Oh, yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah. So yeah, that's breakfast. But today, like, because I said like I'm not there with you, is because I'm fasting today.
Oh,
So stop
okay.
talking about food, please.
Oh,
Yes.
please, no. Oh.
Yes.
So is that a fast for the whole day, or you just fasting for like midday? Like,
Yeah, full day. Yeah, every Saturday usually.
very nice.
Yeah, it's
Good
a
for
24
you.
hours, close to 24 hours, let's say.
Yeah, it's really good.
I haven't, you know, I got a friend at work, and then he says like, yeah, I'm gonna do 7 days fast, and I can't even think about that. It's just, you know, after a day, I'm like kind of dying a little bit here.
Yeah.
So, but he's got a protocol down and stuff. You know, you gotta be, like, you gotta train your body to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you start with that 1 day, and then and maybe 2 or 3 days. But the thing, like, when you pass like about 3 days, you're not hungry anymore, because you know like the so instead than burning, like when you're done burning sugar, you're burning fat, right? So your fat is your source of fuel. So it's a little bit like ketogenic. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but yeah, and then you're not hungry, and you're just burning fats, but that's your source of energy. And like you become really kind of brilliant. Like you really, like, your clarity is like, it's so much greater and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of benefits to it. Yeah. So, but for me, that's stuff at 1 day for now.
Yeah, I like the fact that you do. I think that's really, really good for your, you know, for everything. I do intermittent fasting. Yeah. So I'm actually like, yeah, the intermittent fasting is also something that you can also start. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to have breakfast, and then your first main meal will be at noon or something like this. And yeah, you know, you take it like that if you want to do it, and then eventually that your body gets so accustomed to it, and then what happens is that it comes a way that you go through that hunger stage. It sort of goes, you know, and then it's like, oh, now it's time to eat, that kind of thing. Just saying, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, I do that the rest of the week, like intermittent fasting, and then like that Saturday is kind of like,
yeah, it's awesome. That's really wonderful to hear. I'm so happy to hear that. That makes me happy.
it kind of started because like Friday, my wife and I usually come home around the same time, so we don't have time to prepare things. So we order in usually, and then we don't really have lunch. So she buys lunch, but then I'm like, you know what? It's just a good excuse to just like fast that day. I don't have lunch. I'm not gonna buy lunch, and so it started that way, and then I quite enjoy it actually.
I think it's fantastic.
As long as you guys are not talking about breakfast again.
Well, I would say what I'm adding on to my meal now. So
no, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm making a nice salad now too. I'm going to put my cranberries and pumpkin seeds and almonds and walnuts. And what else have I got here? Yeah, a little. I love my olive oil. I try to eat as much as I can, the olive oil. Yeah. And then a little balsamic. Yeah. Ready to go, man. Ready to go. Feel that body.
That'd be about that's a $30 meal at least there in New York, isn't it?
I'm telling you, oh my God, absolute. That's it. But there's nothing that I feel so satisfied when I make my own food. I don't buy anything. I don't. Yeah, I just make I've done that since I worked back in the salon. I always prep my food the night before, and I take my food to work. And everyone's ordering takeaways, and and here she comes, my dear, with all her lunch boxes, and I'm eating away. And they go, "Oh my God, Nikki, really?" I said, "Yeah, try it. It helps. It saves you a lot of money. Also, my God, because here in New York, it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. This salad, oh my God. And they can't make it as nice as me because I make it with love." I'll make it with love. Little pumpkin seeds, the almonds, woohoo, walnuts. It's a happy salad. Happy salad, happy girl. They say your gut is literally your first brain, I think. Yeah, it is. So the gut is actually very important because it actually affects the brain. And if you can keep that in mind, it will help you think better. That's why nutrition is so important, and sleep and exercise. As we discovered with that video, with the documentary that Jesse mentioned, I watched it and it was so powerful. And I go, yes, 85% on my way. Yes. I was
this one thing, 85%. This one thing.
This so good. Oh, I was like, yeah.
What's the name of the documentary?
I asked Jesse. It's Chris.
Stutz. Stutz. Yep. Stutz.
Yeah, it was so good. So good. Oh, it was so good. I laughed, and I was also quite emotional when he spoke about his mother, the therapist. It was very emotional for me because I was like, yeah, I felt that, and he's so incredible. It's the humor out of it, and the humor out of everything was so much. It was so interesting, and it's beautiful. I'm so happy I asked you, Jesse, because that's spot on. Just loved it. I learned so much from that too,
Brilliant man. Brilliant man.
Brilliant man. Brilliant. Like literally.
Both of them.
Wow.
Both of them.
Both. Because he also brought his mother in. And it was so interesting how
Jonah Hill's mother, yeah.
Yeah, the actor, yeah. And it was like, wow, it was beautiful. And you also saw the innocence of the mother too. You know, she was doing her best, what she knew because of her mother, and it was just a whole cycle where she was just, you know, not really knowing but doing her best. Yeah. And then he got to understand that, and it was a lovely understanding that he could also have her join in, you know, in the conversation. I thought that was very sweet. And that he has a good relationship with his mother today, and that's even better. He has a good relationship with her, you know. And he lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all that came off, you know. Mm.
We all got our shit. Whether we're in the
Is it?
ego or the creator. Mm.
Yeah, isn't that true?
Sunrise is never the same. The clouds are never the same. There'll never be another one like this one. The birds are inviting it in. And all the ugly power poles. This. Oh, a little frame that to the Stutz is in his version, he speaks about the creative structure. As they put it together is the life force, is which is our passion. It's like that's what everyone is looking, searching, trying to discover, and he describes it as the life's life force, as everyone's life force. And then he says we all have a part X, and the part X shows up when we're going for our life force, and we call it why we can't have it here. And then he talks about the string of pearls, which is the pearls. The string of pearls is our actions. We put our actions on this string of pearls, and we never know what the outcome of the actions are, but we have to put them on this string. It means we have to take them. And so he speaks as if as we go for our life force, it produces pain. We all experience the pain in this perspective of it, but it's what do we do with it? And then part X is the uncertainty. We never know. Like there's always the uncertainty. How do we respond to the uncertainty? Comes from the part X. And then there's always work to do, or we know it as action to take. And those are the three, he calls them tools that he gives people to work with. It's like, such a gift.
I added kidney beans,
Mhm.
yeah, to my salad. It's making it's just adding on, yeah. I'm just adding on as we speak.
Adding on.
I'm just adding on.
Yes, and
yes,
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 and.
and
Mm,
so much fun. Oh my God, this is so fun. Gee whiskers.
mm. Yes, and
You know what's so nice? Like just having this experience and having to feel that way, you interest in something that I'm doing. And for me, cooking and food is my number one. I just love food. And when somebody asks that, like you asked now about like what are you having for breakfast? I mean, that's just like maybe insignificant for other people, but when you ask the question, you will only know when the answer comes. And that to me is like better than anything that a person can do for me. It's just communicating on what are you doing and how are you doing it, and then having a laugh about it, or having an interest that, oh, I like it too, or then and that's to me is the spice of life. When somebody can, it's not because that I want to hear that, or I'm doing it because something of something. It's just an interest, you're interesting. It's interesting. And it's so interesting because now my food becoming so colorful. I mean, at first thought, should I have a salad now? But I go, yeah, why not? And then I landed out with my salad and put my seeds and everything. And then I looked in my cupboard, and then I looked at my cupboard here. And then because it's so interesting, I'm feeling so creative. I thought, hey, girl, get those kidney beans in. So I got the red kidney beans in. I got a handful of those. And yeah, isn't it lovely? Everything's just becomes more interesting.
yes.
And this conversation and experience is interesting. I love it. And we can be across the countries or wherever, but it's so interesting. That's the connection that I'm choosing. This is the connection that I go to myself. Wow, this is what it is. This is real connection. Soul connection, heart connection, coherence. Just what are you just doing?
Creating a life you love, health and
Yeah,
vitality,
right?
support,
Yeah.
gathering. It's like,
yeah. It becomes so much more interesting. And yeah. Because I never get to share my interests, I get to be it for myself, but I never get to share it. And when I hear somebody that wants to also, find an interest in what I'm choosing for myself, and then they also like it in a way that they're choosing it for themselves, it's so much gratitude. Yeah, it's just gratification, It's just, yeah, let's go. Let's go. It's like playing,
Yeah, it's what a great day. I had 131 days of what? Well, being with someone else, being with others, frustrated, creating alone. That's what it was for me up to that point. Was I was creating alone. I was trying to create what I loved. I was trying to create myself. I was meditating. I was choosing my choices, but it was, I was frustrated with the velocity, frustrated with the information, and frustrated with being alone. And I didn't realize it.
Yeah. Well, I can realize it now because I'm feeling it. I'm not alone. To me, and I know that I've said that before, but now that I can really be in tune of knowing this, it's me living my best life.
Yeah.
With you guys. That to me, wow.
I wouldn't
It's
have.
quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's
It's
calling
quick,
someone.
sleepy.
Yeah, he's got that P's not hard enough.
This is so divine. Are you kidding me? This is the. We shouldn't talk to you. Wait, are you there? Oh, I
I am.
love you, Quig. Oh, you are the best, Quig. Oh my God. That was so a moment.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I call that a bloom.
Nice.
A
I
bloom?
saw on some logs. I like it.
Yeah, man.
Obvious action, man. Just take the obvious action.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you
Yes.
all go.
I'm
Go
also
eat.
going. I'm
Yeah.
eating, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Yes.
Thank
Have a
you,
great day.
Reg. Going to attend to. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye all.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Love and hugs.
Thanks, Craig. Yes.
Love and hugs. Bye bye.